right. And just again to remind you guys, my name's CJ. I'm one of the marketing resources here at SEO Reseller. If this is your first time joining our knowledge exchange series for SEO Reseller, welcome. If this is your, if you've been following us for quite a while, welcome back. And if you guys joined us in last week's episode, our resident dashboard expert here, DC, walked us through mainly the setup and the automation of the marketing process in the dashboard. This week, he'll be talking more about the audits and the proposals, and mainly a lot of the things that you can actually use in a sales pitch, right? Well, not unless, DC, you have anything else. I think you did mention that you did want to talk about a lot of the SEO products today as well. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the bonus part because actually this is a process on how we will be using the dashboard. We have a recommended process, and part of it is really looking at the products, and later we'll be able to take a look at the proposal builder that includes our product. So I guess, CJ, it's 10:03 Eastern time, so
Yeah.
we can go ahead and get started.
Yeah. Again, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to just raise your hand and let us know. And yeah, we can actually take a step back and repeat whatever it is that you missed. Or again, if you have questions that you want to ask on the fly, that's also fine as well. Though we will have like a quick Q&A section at the end of the conversation. And if you have anything else that you want to either give insight about or you want to ask some questions. But yeah, go ahead, DC. You can take it away.
Right, thank you so much, CJ, and let's hop into it. So I'll just do a quick rundown of what happened last webinar. Last webinar, we were able to take a look at how the dashboard has provided or has the capability to provide full lifecycle support from being a prospect, being a client, being a lead, and everything. So the dashboard is fully capable of helping you find your leads and your prospect, nurture them, win them over, which is what we will be talking about today, and then of course provide them really value adding service. So this webinar is circled around being able to provide full life cycle support for your agency. Majority of us here owns an agency, a digital marketing agency, a web development agency, or any technologically driven agency. And one of the key lifeblood of any agency is being able to find leads, nurture them, turn them into clients, service them, and then be able to win their loyalty and advocacy. So speaking of that, the dashboard is supportive in all of the stages of your customers. So yes, last webinar we talked about how you can find leads using the lead finder, put them into your CRM, and then be able to nurture them through marketing automation. So the video to the YouTube the link to the YouTube video is here in the chat box. So if you want to check out the previous webinar, that's what we covered. We talked about the lead finder, CRM, and marketing automation. But today we're going to talk about something that is really beneficial to us agency owners, because number one, it streamlines our proposal process. It streamlines our assessment, it streamlines our proposal process, and it helps you engage with your leads much faster, right? I know that as agency owners, we have multiple sources of leads: word of mouth, your friends, family members, referrals from your other clients, your website, your lead generation tools, and everything. So you can actually utilize the SEO Reseller dashboard whichever point you are in the life cycle of your client. Whether you are starting to find leads, start with the lead finder, or if you already have a lot of leads, use the CRM to be able to manage those leads. And then if you already have a CRM data, put them in the SEO Reseller dashboard and nurture them through marketing automation. But the cool thing here is that today we're going to take a look at web audit and Google Business Profile Scorer, or GBP audit as we call it. And then we will also progress on how to win those particular leads or prospect through the proposal builder. And then we will also talk about how we can provide you an in-depth SEO opportunity audit so that you will be able to lead this lead these prospects to being hot leads, who is really interested in doing business with your agency, to the point that you will be able to service them with our SEO services and then packages, and then of course be able to provide them the right SEO PPC reports, Google Analytics, and then of course generate your on-demand reports. That's the entire cycle, from finding leads, nurturing them, winning them over, and then being able to provide them world-class and satisfactory service. So for today, we will be looking at the web audit, and for us to be able to utilize the web audit, we will need to sign up to account.seoreseller.com. So the link that I just dropped here in the chat box is the link where you can access our dashboard. And once you have signed up to our dashboard, you jump into it. That's perfect, Paul. Yeah, and we will take a look at that. Not just take a look at it, but we will deep dive into it and how you will be able to use the web audit and then the GPP audit to its fullest potential. So if you log into account.seoreseller.com, you can sign up using your Google email or any email address that you want, or if you already have your own account, you will be able to log in and see something like this. So this is the interface of the dashboard. In the previous webinar, we talked about the two main features of the dashboard, which is like providing full lifecycle support and providing campaign management if you already have campaigns with us. So here, it's really easy to generate a web audit. So you just need to log in, and then here on this white colored navigation bar up top, you just need to go to agency tools. So you can see we got a full suite of agency tools out there, but for today we're gonna focus on the lead finder, the website audit. So click on the website audit here, or for very easy access, it's actually in the homepage of your dashboard. You just need to paste any website URL here. So let's go run some audit in here. So navigate to agency tools, go to website audit, and then you will be taken to a screen that looks like this. So this is where you feed the web audit any website as long as it's live. So just put any website here, for example, farmboxfoods.com, which is our example for today. So you just like put it in there and then click on run audit. So once you click on run audit, wait maybe 2-3 minutes for the dashboard to run its audit, and you will be given something like this. All right, so this is how our audit looks like. It is, number one, printable, right? And it is also shareable as a PDF, or you can actually just share the link to this directly to your client. So this web audit tool is the first step in engaging with your leads, right? It is the first step in letting them know what they are missing in terms of their their digital marketing or their web presence overall. So website audit, and of course website audit audits the existing websites of your leads, right? So, and we all know, and I would love to share with you guys on how to best pitch, right, about providing services for the websites of your client, right? Any website is one of the hardest working team members, right? It's available 24/7, and it should be able, a website in our experience should always be able to push your client's prospect down the sales funnel. That's the main purpose of any website. If your website is not moving your prospects, your users to a close, then the website might not be fully utilized. So to fully maximize our clients' investment on their website, we must inspect and we must be able to provide them guidance on how to set up their website into being able to push their leads down the sales funnel. So it must be, for us to do that, a website must, number one, be discoverable, right? So the users or the possible customers of your clients should be able to discover the website using keywords that are related to their industry, right? It's rare that we get clients, or our agency partner, get clients whose brand is already very known, right? Let's say, for example, Coca-Cola. If you type Coca-Cola there in Google, then definitely you will be able to find Coca-Cola. But if you just type cola, that is a discovery keyword. So in such cases, the businesses that we work with, they rely on discovery keywords for them to be found online, right? And our website should be able to talk to Google enough so that we can be shown for those discoverable keywords. So that's number one. It's the number one step in making sure that the website will be utilized to its fullest potential is it must be discoverable. And number two, it must be easy to use, right? Nobody hates, nobody loves, or nobody wants to deal with a website that is so cluttered, very hard to understand, hard to navigate. Most likely you're just going to leave a website when it's really, really hard to use it, right? So those are the two main things that the web audit looks like. The web audit takes a look at the chances or how discoverable, right, the website is to its potential users. And then, of course, number two, how easy and secure it is to use. So we can always leverage those ideas that I shared with you guys in trying to sell to our agency prospects. So let's jump into the audit. So the audit has a certain scoring system. It's like your school scoring system from A, B, C, D, E, and F. F is the failing, A is the highest. In our sample here, the website scored D. And this score is utilized from different areas or different categories or metrics, right? So number one is usability, how easy it is to use the website, how convenient it is to navigate the website. And second is security, right? We are living in 2023, and security, online security, is one of the biggest requirements, not just of users, but also with Google. So the web audit takes a look at how secure the website is. And then, of course, when we talked about the website being discoverable, the audit takes a look at organic traffic, right? How much existing organic traffic is there, or how much potential organic traffic is waiting for this particular website. And it also takes a look at paid traffic, right, for paid ads campaign, and then of course their social activity. And if you can see here in our sample, here farmboxfoods.com basically failed majority of the time. So it is not usable, it has security issues, it doesn't have a lot of organic traffic potential, it doesn't have any paid traffic, and also it does not have a lot of social activity. So if you scroll down here, the first section here is the usability, and then the audit will basically show you how many critical items are in here and how many are looking good. So the number one thing that the usability takes a look at is mobile friendliness, right? 60 to 70% of the searches happening in Google right now happens in mobile. And that is already starting to sound cliche, because that is how it is for the past few years. Everybody uses their mobile phone. So if your website is not mobile friendly, you're not gonna impress a lot of users. So that's the number one thing that a website checks: mobile friendliness. Second thing is Google Analytics. Does the website have Google Analytics? Google Analytics is one of the biggest and most effective tool in giving you the best insights about your website performance. So Google Analytics is also checking there. And next big thing is the website page load speeds, right? If you're trying to open a website on your mobile device and it took more than 2 to 3 seconds, or sometimes even minutes for it to load, chances are you will be leaving, right? So the potential users of your client's website will also be behaving such way. So the second thing that the audit takes a look at is the website loading fast enough, decent load speed, so that the users will not be leaving the website because of slow page load speed. So, and it checks both desktop and both mobile. As you can see in our example here, the mobile score is 36%, which is like really, really low. That means that the website has a lot of opportunities lying around in terms of like optimizing it. What are those opportunities? This opportunities here on the right side. So again, this is just an initial look at it, right? This is not a web development deep dive audit of the website and the code. This is just the same information that you would usually get from Google's Page Speed Insights, and all of it just put together into this one report, just like the ones that you are seeing on the screen right now. So moving forward, the next thing that the audit checks is security, right? Again, security plays a huge factor in the trust level of our websites and everything else related to it. So the number one thing that we check is SSL, or the S in the HTTPS of your website, right? Google doesn't favor a website that doesn't have an SSL security. Actually, Google Chrome, Firefox, or any other browser there will warn you if the website is not secured enough. So that's the number one thing that the audit checks on the security audit. So it checks if it does have SSL security, it does check if the website has been listed to have malware, right? Nobody wants to deal with a website that is going to fish for your information. So, of course, malware, the website must be secured, must be malware free, and then it must have an active HTTP, right? And then also it checks the domain name if the site is blacklisted in those blacklist lists of Google and other security platforms that checks the website's blacklist history. So in our case, at least Farm Box Food, our example, has SSL security. It doesn't have a malware, and then the site is basically not blacklisted. Now let's move into. Now we're done with the basics of the website, right? So when you talk to your clients, you want to talk about it's basic for a website to be secure, to load fast, and to be mobile friendly, right? That is non-negotiable. That is the foundation of any website that who wants to be successful in 2023, right? You need to have a mobile-friendly website, a fast-loading website, and a secured website for you to be able to impress your possible users and possible customers. Now, of course, think of it. Your clients, your leads have already invested hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on their website, right? Having a website, we always tell this to our agency partners, having a website alone is not enough, right? To generate business or to improve the top line of any business out there, right? Having a website is one step, but having a website that is discoverable, having a website that actually pushes the leads down to the sales funnel is what you really need to improve the top line of any business. So right now, let's take a look at how the web audit gives them an insight into that. So let's take a look at organic traffic. So here, this is where the SEO aspect kicks in. As you can see, it gives an average score of D, which is like failing as well. How many critical items, how many are for improvement, and how many are looking good. So it first checks the technical SEO, right? So it takes a look at the sitemap XML. Sitemap XML is, of course, the guide of bots when they crawl the website. So this website doesn't even have a sitemap XML. So when bots crawl this website, and you can use the same terms and the same things that I'm telling you right now to talk to your leads or to talk to your clients. So if the website doesn't have an XML sitemap, that means that bots and crawlers are lost to which pages are to prioritize when crawling your website. Next is robots.txt. Robots.txt is like the security guard of your website, right? It tells which part is crawlable, which part is accessible or not. Good thing for this website, it does have a robots.txt, right? And here, next is the domain to www direction is working fine, just making sure that the website is redirecting accordingly to plan. Now, those are just the three main or the three key aspects that the audit checks: sitemap, robots, and then www redirection. Now, let's take a look at on-page SEO. On-page SEO is the key to ranking, right? It's the key for you to be discoverable, right? You need content on your website that talks to Google, talks to your users, so that the website will be able to generate the desired goals that is given to the website. So let's take a look at it. So first thing that it checks is title tag optimization. Title tag is the one that appears on Google search results when you search for something, right? And of course, this is your very first interaction. Now you're discoverable in search, right? You've done your SEO stuff, right? Of course, you would want a title tag that really represents what the business is, and of course shows a promise to the users, right? So this is where I would love to talk about the title tag. Title tag is so powerful, right? Because when you search anything in Google, right, those blue links, those are dictated or those are influenced by the title tag that you put on your website. And of course, you would want a title tag that captures, number one, it captures the attention of the users and provides a promise, right? It is like a promise that, hey, if you click me here in this Google search result, this is what you'll find on my website. And then of course, to support that claim that you made in the title tag, you would want to provide a proper meta description, right? A meta description that is not truncated and at least provides more promise and more potential to the possible visitors of your client's website when they click on it. So if you nail down your title tag and your description tag, then most likely you will get clicks from organic search. So here, based on the audit, it needs improvement. It needs improvement. Why? Because the character counts doesn't are not optimized. 61 characters, that's a little bit too long. 139 characters, that's a little bit too long also. And then the next thing that it checks is heading tags. H1 tags or header tags are HTML codes that are put on your website, right? And it is basically the the title in the book cover, right? If you go to a a bookstore, right? You won't be grabbing a book that doesn't have a title on its front page, right? It won't catch your attention. So heading tags work like that. And heading tags, in terms of like technicalities of SEO, Google used to take a look at heading tags to determine what the content is going to be about. So you need proper heading tags, and as much as possible, you just want one H1 tag. The most important tag, the most powerful tag in there is the H1 tag. So if you have 3, 4, 5 H1 tags, then Google will be confused into determining what is your website really about. So it's not that optimized. So those are the 3 things that we check in terms of on-page SEO: title tag, meta description, and then the heading tags, and also alt text for the images. Now let's go into the more technical aspect of the website audit, which is like the off-page SEO. So here, you don't need to go to Ahrefs anymore. So if you're familiar with Ahrefs, they're the authority in telling you the backlink history of any website. Or you don't need to go to SEMrush anymore, to Moz or use Screaming Frog to basically scrape the data. It's all in here, right? So if you try to put this all together into one manual report, it will take you 2 hours. We've tested it, right? If you do this manually, it will take you more than 2 hours. It will take your team a lot of time and effort if you do check for the on-page SEO manually, if you do check for the technical SEO manually, and check for the off-page SEO manually. So the beauty about this audit is that it puts everything together in one place. So here, let's take a look at the off-page SEO. So here, you will already see how many backlinks are found based on our scrapers. The most domain authority, or DA, is already stipulated here, and then also it checks what pages are ranking for those keywords that you want to be in. Moz page authority in here, majestic citation flow, and majestic trust flow. So these are industry metrics that tells how trustworthy, how authoritative your website is based on other websites that are linking to your client website. So this is always a gray area for our prospects to understand. So the best way to put it is, the bigger, the better, the more the chatter around your website, the more Google trusts and puts authority on your website. So now this metrics that you see here measures all of those chatter and how trustworthy are all those types of chatter. All right, now let's move on to paid traffic. So paid traffic is just an estimation of how much traffic they're getting from any existing paid ad. So it will score F, of course, if you're not running any paid ad. So here it shows how many estimated traffic are there, how many keywords are detected. And the cool thing about here is that it has an SEM to SEO traffic ratio. So let me dive into this a little bit, right? Why do you want an SEM to SEO ratio? Search engine marketing, or paid ads, is paid. SEO is organic. Whenever you have a visitor from an organic search, it's free, right? But whenever you want a visitor from paid ads, you need to pay a certain sum, or the cost per click, as we say it, in Google, right? Of course, in the future, you would want a higher organic ratio, because that is cheaper, right? Because you don't need to pay Google every single time that you would have a visitor on your website. So soon enough, for a business to be more cost effective in its marketing, you would want a higher SEO traffic ratio than your SEM traffic ratio. And for those advanced websites that are, or not advanced websites, advanced businesses in terms of their marketing, oh yeah, we have a question about Leslie. Okay, let's look at this one before I proceed. Question about paid ads. I'm definitely running ads for clients that I run an audit on, but they link to pages within, not the whole page. So is this why it said no ads are running? Hold on, let me check a look at that. But they link into pages within, not the whole page. Yes, because probably that is the reason. Yes, thank you, Paul, for joining. I will personally send you the recording to this webinar. Thank you so much for your interest on this one. Right, good luck on that call, Paul. But I'll go ahead and accommodate Leslie. So about paid ads, yeah, most likely you weren't able to pick up, or the audit wasn't able to pick up the paid ad traffic, because it is not it's not on the homepage or it's not on the pages that are easily visible. So there are a lot of technicalities that really the audit uses to pick up different signals if they're running paid ads. But I'll be more than happy to take a look at the audit that you've generated and see if it did pick it up correctly. I hope that I answered your question, Leslie. Feel free to drop in any questions further. I'll take a look at that. Feel free to engage with CJ and me, and then I'll have a look at why the audit didn't pick up the paid ads that you are running for your campaign. All right? Thank you so much, Leslie. Right, let's move on to social activity here. It picks up any social activity from Facebook or Twitter, or now known as X. So it checks whether it has a Facebook page, how many likes, how many engagement or likes per post, reactions per post, and how many comments per post it currently does have. And it also checks Twitter data as well. So, well, overall, that is your audit, right? It takes a look at the basics of your website. Is it mobile friendly? Does it load fast? And is it safe and secured to utilize or to visit your client's website? If those three are a yes, then that means that their website is all well and good. It now has the possibility to push users down the sales funnel on their website. But now the biggest question is the website discoverable in search? Is the website discoverable through Facebook, through Twitter, through paid ads? So this metrics that you just saw helps your clients or your prospect to understand where they currently stand, right, in terms of the entire digital landscape, social, paid, and search, right? It helps them understand where they currently stand, what are the opportunities with them. So that's our job. Our job is to use this audit as a leverage to tell your client that, hey, you are missing out on these items. This is hurting your discoverability. This is hurting your website. You are not doing this, wherein you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and you should be supposedly doing this optimization so that you can improve the discoverability of your website. So this is just a first step. This is just like a first step in your engagement with your lead. Sometimes people take a look at it and then they start to worry about the status of their website, and that is where you can come in. And then as a salesperson, as an account executive, as a business owner, you can talk to them about the opportunities that are lying on their website that have been unearthed or found by this audit. Do we have any questions before we move on? All right, so if there are no questions, that is the web audit. Now you're done with the web audit. Fine, wonderful. Right, you've sent it to your client, but it doesn't stop there, because majority of the business that you as an agency who will be dealing with are local businesses, right? So now let's talk about local, right? So local is something that we love to work with, right? So local campaigns are really exciting to work with as an agency and as an SEO provider, right? Because local is much more exciting when it comes to the things that you can do, to the value that you can add to your clients or to your prospect. Because number one, I have some slides here to talk about a little bit about local SEO. So number one is Google recognizes and serves local intent, right? Of course, you got like different scenarios. Let's take a look at those different scenarios wherein local is the way to go. So number one, okay, there's a tourist, right, who wants to visit the Smithsonian Museum, right? You have a homeowner with a burst pipe at 11 p.m. dead in the middle of the night, right? And some kids watching The Mandalorian at home, right? With their family. So there are everyday micro moments, everyday scenarios that a local business can solve. And these people, these three examples here, the tourist, the homeowner, the family guy, every time that they have this scenario, they usually turn into local search to find solutions to their needs, right? Imagine you got a burst pipe at the middle of the night and it's the middle of the week and you got to work tomorrow. That's going to be a huge headache. So what do, right? You go pick up your phone using your mobile device, of course. You pick up your phone, that's a mobile device. You search with Google 24/7 plumber in my city, right? And which is a local search. So these scenarios that millions and millions of people encounter every single day makes local SEO, or makes the local search, so much dynamic and so much profound, and it puts a lot of opportunity in there as well. So this is something that your clients and your leads in the future would want to dip their toes on, right? They want their share in terms of local SEO. They want their share in terms of the local opportunities that you can find out there. So now let us take a look at how Google determines local rankings. Okay, before we go into the Google Business Profile Audit, I just want to share the second principle with everybody. Okay, how does Google determine your local rankings? How does it select if your business is more worthy to be shown to more customers than the other business? Number one is you must show relevance. Okay, so you must show relevance. Does the business fulfill the searcher's need, right? If a searcher needs a plumber, all right, in this city, and you declare in your website and you declare in your Google Business Profile that you are a plumber in this city and you are 24/7, then that means that you've met the relevance metric, because you declare that you are this business, that you do this as part of your business, and these are the different features of your business. So if people are looking for those features and your business does have those features and you've declared that to Google, you will be able to generate relevance. Next, distance, right? In your website, you put a map. In your website, you put an address. And especially in Google Business Profile, you got a service area or you got an address declared in there, right? Google serves search result based on where the searchers is searching for, right? The search result that I see here in Manila is different from the search results that you will see somewhere in San Francisco, right? So depending on the distance of the searcher to the available business around, Google will serve those businesses that can serve that particular customer because they are in proximity to one another, right? So that's relevance, and then that's distance. The third thing that I want to drive home before we jump into the Google Business Profile Audit is prominence, right? Now that you have declared which business features you have, now that you have declared where are you located, what are your service area, right? Now, how prominent are your listings, right? How complete is the business information? How engaging is your content, right? How good are you presenting your business to its users? So that is what we call as prominence. So now, if these are the three main things that Google takes a look at when trying to determine local ranking or trying to determine which business to show to a certain searcher who's doing a search in a certain area: relevance, distance, and prominence. So what are the tools at your hand to satisfy all of these local rankings? And the most cost-efficient tool, right, and the most and one of the low-hanging fruit, as we call it, is Google Business Profile, right? Google Business Profile, right? I had advocated a website earlier, right? We talked about how a website must be discoverable, how a website must be user-friendly and everything, but it takes a lot of investment, right, to put up a website. And let's be honest about that, right? And some businesses just cannot sustain or cannot afford that level of investment for their website yet, but they need to be present online because that's where the game is. So what do? As an agency owner, you can actually offer Google Business Profile, right? You can offer to optimize their Google Business Profile. Why? Because Google Business Profile helps your business to show on the local pack. That's the map, and then the business listing that appears on search when you search for something. And also it helps the business to be visible in Google Maps. Somebody's driving, looking for a restaurant, looking for a cafe, you got a Google Business Profile listing, you will appear in the Google Maps. So doing Google Business Profile helps a business show on the local pack and in the Google Maps. And for you to be on top of the local pack and for you to be highly discoverable in Google Maps, you need to show your relevance, distance, and prominence, right? You need to rear that over. So now, what do? You optimize your Google Business Profile because the Google Business Profile is highly conversion centric. right? Your phone, your address, your website, your booking link, your shop, your products, your services are immediately visible and easy to interact with a Google Business Profile, leading to a more effective conversation. And did I mention that Google Business Profile is free, right? You just need a phone number, a working phone number, maybe a working phone to verify your business, and you have a Google Business Profile set up, right? Most small time or most businesses are aware of this already, right? However, us as a digital marketing agency, our role is to help them become successful to it. Now, how do we help them become successful? The very first step is generating a Google Business Profile scorer or audit from the dashboard, because it gives them insights. All right, it gives them insights into what they are possibly missing and what they should be doing in their Google Business Profile. So going back to it again, you just like log into your dashboard, go to the agency tools, right? We've got a suite of tools in here, and then just select GBP score. All right, so when you go to the GBP score, it works almost exactly the same as a website audit. The difference is that you don't put a website here, right? You put an existing Google Business Profile, right? So for example, I got here some sample: discos, paddle and surf, kayak and paddleboard rentals and sales. So I just type here a business. Let's say for example, gelato. Just thinking of anything. So try to type the business name in there, and it will give you suggestions on what businesses are existing in Google Business Profile or Google Maps based on your search. So just try to look, for example, Gelato Cafe, right, in somewhere in Mexico, right? So for example, this is your customer, so just click on that, hit on the blue button, run audit, and then you will be able to run an audit. Now I have here in front of us is a sample GBP scorer, and it's a little bit simpler and a little bit more streamlined and focused compared to the website audit, because the website audit takes a look at multiple factors, takes a look at minimum of 20 performance metrics. Now the GBP profile score takes a look at three main areas. It's profile score, how complete the profile is. Of course, you are already there in Google Business Profile, you already have a profile. You must be able to provide all the necessary information. Minimum requirement: a phone number, an address, if you don't have an address, a service area, and then the name of your business, right? So minimum requirement. But of course, the more information that you can put out there, like products, services, description, Q&A, posts and everything, the more prominent you are. Going back to the three main factors on determining local rankings, you can be prominent by putting enough profile information. Next thing that you check here is the post score, right? Google Business posts are like your social media posts. They keep your users engaged, and it sends a signal to Google that your website, your Google Business Profile is updated and it is engaging its users. So post plays a vital role. Of course, the post doesn't have a lot of conversion effect, but it does send signals to your user and to Google that you are keeping your business updated in terms of Google Business Profile, and you are currently engaging with your users. And then next and last item that the Google Business Profile scorer takes a look at is the review score, right? So the review score is a metric that the audit or the scorer checks on how well you've been engaging with your reviews. Are you responding to your reviews, negative or positive, right? How do you even have reviews, right? So those are the things that those are the three main areas that this audit takes a look at. So let's dive into it. So the first part of the audit has, of course, the basics of it. This is uninvented business, of course, for white label veil and everything. The business name here is Alliance Dental Excellence. It's in 123 Avenue Unit A, Arvada, Colorado. This is their phone number. This is their category. This is a number of their business posts, the number of reviews, and then the average Google rating, right? So let's jump into the profile score. So the profile score checks whether you have a phone number, Do you have an hours of operation description category? Do you have your services offer? Do you have your payment option? Did you put your website to it? If you have one, is your Google business profile verified? Do you even have a logo on your business profile? And do you have at least 3 business photos? So those are the main things, the main areas that we recommend must be optimized for a Google business profile. And also the scorer takes a look at that and provides a score on how complete is our profile. Next, we move on to post, right? So in checking the post, we've got 3 main things or 3 categories or 3 factors. If we take a look at it, all right? Do you have a Google post at least in the last 30 days? Right? Of course, for you to show freshness of content and to show that the business is updated and send those signals, right? You need at least a post in the last 30 days, right? And then to take it up further, you would want at least 1 post per week. So do you have at least 4 posts in the last 30 days? And did you include images of the business and products in your post? So in this case, it will show for improvement because those posts are all optimized. It might have phone stuffing or it might have violated some GPP content policies. Here, it's a critical because the minimum 4 posts in the last 30 days, it doesn't have a post in the last 30 days. So it didn't meet the minimum 4 post category. And at least it does have images of the business and the products in those previous posts. So that is how the audit checks the post. It checks whether you have a post in the last 30 days, you have a good amount of posts in the last 30 days, and did you include the images of your business and your products in those posts. Now let's hop into Google reviews, right? Same with Google business, with the Google post score, Google review score checks on 3 main items, right? Do you have Google reviews at least less than 3 months old? That's the indicator of freshness, right? Did you have a review at least less than 3 months old, right? And are your reviews at least 4.2 stars or higher? Based on the data that we've collected by serving hundreds of Google business profiles, we figured out that the most successful profiles, right, have reviews at least or have average star reviews of at least 4.2 or higher. So we use that as a metric to indicate the success rate or the success factor of any Google business profile. So is your average review 4.2 stars or higher? And did you or is the owner or is the business responding to all reviews? So let's take a look at that. So Google reviews found in less than 3 months old for improvement. Reviews were found, but no reviews in the last 3 months. So here, average reviews 4.2 star higher. Yes, the average reviews actually for this business is 4.9 stars. So that's way above our threshold. And of course, owner response. So, but the problem here, it's a critical item because the owner responses to reviews were not found. So that is like the Google review score. If you go here, it will also list your competitors and a link to your competitors in the same area. For example, the Dentistry of Colorado, Arvada Modern Dentistry, and Arvada Dental Center are competitors to this particular business. And it also pulls up your most recent reviews and copies the exact reviews that you've had in there. So it's a very straightforward report. It checks 3 main areas: the post, the reviews, and then the profile completeness. So you can generate this in less than a minute in your dashboard by going into the GPP scorer as part of the agency tools, right? So you can generate this in less than a minute, show it to the business owner, and show them what they might be missing in their Google Business Profile score or in their Google Business Profile, and talk about how powerful and how beneficial Google Business Profile is. Speaking of that, it is very powerful in driving conversion because it displays all of your most important info: your phone number, your address, your website, your booking link, your business name. And it shows you on not just on Google Maps, it makes you appear in the search as well. So if they don't have a lot of budget to optimize their SEO, they can get started with just a Google Business Profile score. Right. Do we have any questions before we move on to the next topic? The next topic is really gonna be fast. It's gonna be like 5 minutes before we conclude this particular session. All right. So now here's the scenario. You have generated a Google Business Profile scorer, you've generated a website audit, you've filed them, and you are, I think we, oh, thank you so much, Leslie, for the feedback. Yeah, you will love it because that is a quick and easy tool for you to show opportunities to your clients and to your leads, right? And Google Business Profile is a good entry point into the world of digital marketing, right? And it will really help them at least get some traction without having to spend a lot of money on optimizing their website or any other aspect, right? If the budget is really constricted, let's go Google Business Profile, right? Because that doesn't require website, and with the right expertise, you can really drive and drum up the result for your leads and your clients. Now, you have, for example, have generated an audit. Okay, you have generated the Google Business Profile score, you've got the entire package, and you have talked to the lead. And what they told you is that, okay, can you quote me for this one? Can I see a quotation? Can you create a proposal for me so that I can share with my business partner so that I can review how much investment should I be putting up in here? So of course you scramble and you try to put up an audit, right? Or sorry, a proposal. Putting up a proposal in a manual way, right? Putting up a proposal in a Microsoft Word document, or in a Google Docs, or in Canva, or in any other tool, even though you already have a template, will take you an hour. Okay, look at this. Doing the website audit manually, right? Checking all of this metric will take you at least 2 hours. And it might not be the most accurate thing that you will be able to produce. You go and try to create a Google Business Profile audit, it will take you 30 minutes. Okay, 2 hours plus 30 minutes. And now you would want to create an audit, even though you already have a proposal, even though you already have a proposal template, you got every design ready, it will take you at least 30 minutes to do that, right? And to check everything. So in minimum, right, you will need at least 3 hours to provide an audit and a proposal to your leads. And what if you're getting like 5 to 10 leads a day, right? That means that you will be spending half of your day or the entire day just doing audits and proposals. You won't have time to engage with other aspects of your business, or even the time to talk to your leads in depth, or to listen to their needs and their problem, to do your accounting and everything. So you are a business owner, you are an agency owner, you are a very busy person, right? You don't need to spend your entire day doing manual audits, manual proposal, or you don't need to let your team members spend their entire day doing manual audits and manual proposal. When you are in the SEO Reseller dashboard, you can generate a website audit for 2 minutes. GBP score 1 minute, so that's 4 minutes, or that's 3 minutes. And then you can create a proposal builder in less than 10 minutes. So in total, you can provide and nurture any lead in less than 15 minutes if you utilize the dashboard properly. So now let's hop into the proposal builder. Let's go to the home screen of our dashboard again. So this is where you do it. You launch an audit earlier, you did a Google Business Profile audit. Now you go to agency tools and you go to proposal builder, right? And the proposal builder is such a wonderful thing because you will be able to provide all information to your users or to your leads in a snap of a finger, right? The proposal audit or the proposal builder has the entire product line or the product suite of SEO Reseller in its database, and it will show you everything that needs to be done. So let's start to create a proposal. So here, click on the blue create proposal button. Okay, there you go. Right, and now you need to create like a proposal title. Let's do a local SEO proposal. There you go. And it does work in different currencies like Singaporean dollars, pound, Australian dollars, euro, Canadian dollar, or even Philippine peso. So let's stick with US dollars. And you can actually create a proposal directly for any contact. So let me search my contact here, Joel at SEOReseller.com. I'm just gonna type in there, Mr. Local Business Owner. All right, there we go. All right. owner here, and then you would just put a company name, local barbershop, for example. Right, you're gonna deal with a barbershop who wants to do some Google Business Profile. All right, so the first thing you enter is a proposal title. Select the right currency, put the first name and the last name of your lead or your prospect, their email address, and then of course try to put some company name in there to make the audit feel like it really belongs to them. You know what I mean? Click on the next button and hit on save changes. And now let's build a proposal. So building a proposal is just a matter of like adding different sections to this pre-made report. So here is the cover. The cover is where you change the title of your proposal, add a subtitle if you wish to, and it will also show who it is prepared for. Customization to make it feel like it's really for them. Like that's the name of the business owner, that's the name of the business, prepared by your name or your sales or account executive's name, and then your agency's name, and then the day-to-day. Now, you also have an introduction section here where you can put an introduction to your business, right? Of course, as an agency, you have your elevator pitches. You got your 1 or 2 paragraph description about your business, right? You can put that in here so that they will feel or you will be able to connect more to your lead through this proposal. Now let's take a look at the more exciting part here, the store product. So if you go here under store product, there you go, and you will be able to see on the right side the entire product suite of SEOReseller.com. All right, let's take a look at local SEO packages. So if you click on this drop down, you will be able to see that we got a local SEO, local premium, local plus. Let's try to add a local SEO package. And when you click on a product, right, it will show you your original price. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Oops. All right. So it will show you the original price. The original price is your investment with us, right? This is the wholesale white label price that you get with SEOReseller.com. And our recommendation is you can mark this up 1.7 to 2 times. So here you go and put your markup in there. So it's $659. Maybe you want to sell it at around 1,001. Let's say for example, or 999. Okay, and then it will auto compute your profit for this particular product. The original price is your investment with us. You put your markup here in the your price section, and then you will be able to see how much you will be earning from this particular package if you sold it successfully. Then once you're happy with the pricing, click on the blue add product, and there you go. Right, so what's included here? It will tell you what's the name of the package, how many keywords are involved in here, what will happen in the setup phase. Our local SEO package is the complete solution to any local optimization needs of any business out there. We will include the local optimization setup. Hey, Google Business Profile is there, Yelp, Bing, Yellow Pages, Foursquare, citation management of at least 35 additional listings, on-page optimization, advanced technical optimization in the first month. Setup means first month. And then if you go here, it will break down the monthly deliverables or the monthly output that your leads will get. They will get a guest post outreach, that is a DA10, 2 of that. A guest post outreach, that is the DA20, that is the DA30, that is the DA40, 1 of each. And then they will get a 4 times Google Business Profile post, twice social media content promotion, and 2 content marketing or blogs. And the cool thing about our local SEO packages is that they also get quarterly continuous content maintenance per quarter. So if you got a client that has a lot of content needs, getting any local SEO packages will resolve their content production need, because on a monthly basis you get like content marketing pieces like blogs, and every 3 months you get continuous content maintenance per quarter up to 6 pages based on our package here, SEO Premium. So the month 1, the monthly, and the quarterly deliverables are indicated already. And if you go down, there will be a timeline. So what is the pre-campaign? We do a website audit. What is the post-payment? We do keyword research. Upon receipt of the intake form and approved keywords, we do the content, we do the local optimization, and even the month 2 onward deliverable, timeline, and everything. And then to make it easy to work with your client, we will also tell them what are the client requirements up front. The monthly fee of This is your markup price, the 999, a completed client brief, shared access to their Google Analytics account, shared access to their website or their Google Business profile as well, and a signed agreement with you as the agency owner, right? So with just one product, there is so much information that you can already provide your prospect that will really help them decide if this one is for them. And I'm going to tell you that with this level of inclusion in the first month, in the monthly optimization, in the quarterly, you will really win a lot of business owners' decision, because this is everything that they need to be successful in local SEO, right? And we are upfront with the timelines, and you will be upfront with the client requirements as well. And at the bottom part of here, you will see a quotation, right? So let's say, for example, you will be able to find what products in there, like the local SEO premium. This is not included, but anyways, you will have a quotation section here wherein you will see the products, the price of that product, the quantity of that product that they ordered, the amount in US dollars, and then the total amount. So you can just like create this proposal, right? And then save the proposal. You can download it. All right, so let's use that. Now you go back to this proposal builder. This is the proposal that we've generated earlier. Click on these three dots. You can edit the proposal, send it via email directly to your lead, which you've added in your CRM, download it and send it via email or send it via any messaging app that you use to engage with your leads or your prospect. So that is an entire process, everybody, right? You audit a website for 2 minutes, review it for a few minutes, you score a Google Business profile for a minute, you review it for a few minutes as well, and then you head on to the proposal builder. In less than 10 minutes, you've got the month one deliverables, the monthly deliverables, the quarterly deliverables, the timeline. You also get to talk about what are the client requirements, do a proper quotation, and mark up your price right in that proposal. Download it and then send it to your client or to your lead so that you can start that meaningful conversation with them. As you can see, that entire process makes our lives as an agency owner a lot easier. Right? Imagine you got 20, 30 leads a day that you want to engage with. It only takes less than 15 minutes to do all of this for them, right? And really, among those 10, you close 1, you close 2. That is something that will really help you improve your agency, because you learn from every client. Not only that you earn from every client, you learn from every client. And every client that you close is one step towards the growth of your agency. So, you want to grow your agency? The best way to grow your agency in a fast, efficient, and effective manner is to use the website audit, the GBP scorer, and the proposal builder combination so that you can engage with more leads, try to close more leads, and then win more clients, win more business for your agency. Right, I'm right on the dot. It's 10:59. I think that's everything that I want to share with today, and let's accommodate a few questions before we close the webinar.
I think we got a couple a while ago from Leslie and from Paul. But yeah, if you guys have anything else you want to ask further, and by the way, Leslie, thank you for loving the GBP audit. That's awesome. It's good to know. But yeah, anybody else who has questions or at least want to share more insight, feel free to drop your question in the chat, or you can just unmute and ask the question directly to DC. Anyone, guys? Any other insider question? Because otherwise, well, I just want to remind you guys, this is recorded, so we'll upload the recording to YouTube and our social media channels for you guys to be able to rewatch or review. But yeah, if anything that you want to reach out for, any question you might have, you can you see the contact details on screen. You can email DC, and that's the number you can call us directly at. And you can also connect with us, of course, through the website. We also have our chat system on there. We can get back to you. But yeah, unless you have anything else, Mr. DC, we can close out the webinar.
Thank you so much for everybody's time in joining this webinar. I hope that you learned an effective and efficient and a fast way of really engaging and nurturing your leads, right? Feel free to reach out to me if you need more insights about those tools that I've shown. If you need guidance on how to best use them for your pitches, I'll be available for everyone, right? Thanks, everybody, and have a great week ahead. Bye bye.